Hi, it is the meditation matrix discussion and sharing time again. So, in my previous video, I said that, if you go directly using the so-called visualizations or using the mind to scan the body, or pay attention to the breathing type of techniques where you thinking that meditation is about mind, about your head, those kind of techniques, it is unstable and very difficult to get repeatable result. So I got friends who messaged me, asked me to explain why. Is it I make it up or why? Okay. So today, whatever I'm going to share with you here, if anybody watch this video and if you are rich, have a lot of money, you want to bring me to Harvard labs or Stanford labs or any university's lab, I'm open with it. You just have to pay my flying ticket or traveling and my lodging. Okay, the rest I don't want 1 cent from you. You got your audience, okay, or people who really want to do the test, and let's do an experiment under scientific monitoring or screening. Okay, my only request is this: the result of this experiment, publish it out to the entire world to let everybody know. Okay, I don't want the money, but I want the entire world know this defects. Okay, so I put this thing out. Okay, now let's get into the content. Number one, why is those visualizations using mind to visualize, using the mind to scan type of meditation or mindfulness meditation, whatever you want to call it, about your head, your brain, everything, it's not going to work consistently and repeatably? Okay, let me give you a really simple thing. If I want to use this hand, since baby I have to train this hand, then the fingers. If I never train this hand and fingers, I will have no way to use it. The same with the so-called mind. People say sometimes, pay attention to this, or thinking this, or visualize this. But did people define what is actually thinking, pay attention, visualize? Did people define that? The second thing is, did people define the intensity of your intention and so forth, or attention? You know that if you go stare at something with a strong attention, you're going to get dizzy or tunnel vision. Staring at something, okay, really hard, while you pay attention. So that is an attention issue and the function issue. What function to handle of your mind issue, or your brain, okay, or your head. Now, if that is not solved, and you say, oh, visualize this way, pay attention to your breathing, it's like telling people who do not know how to use your hand to grab something. How many times one will grab that? Okay? If you want to go scientific, there's it. You need to define everything and train everything before one can use it. Otherwise, forget about it. Because in scientific engineering way, it said that the process step is not clearly defined. Okay? That's mine. Well, there's a thing. If you don't buy it, how about this? I pull out Sutra. Now, everybody everybody know about the Heart Sutra. Everybody read about Zen, Heart Sutra. Okay, Zen and Heart Sutra. Okay, so everybody read about that. Well, Heart Sutra is the result. Heart Sutra is the result. Heart Sutra or Prajaparamita Heart Sutra is the result. The process step is in Surangama Sutra. The Heart Sutra talk about the 5 skandha or 5 grouping. The Surangama is the process step of how to untie those 5 grouping, 5 skandhas. So remember this, okay? If you don't remember anything what I'm saying, just remember the name of Surangama, okay? So there's Heart Sutra, and then there's a Surangama. Surangama. So this is telling you the result, the goal, the result. This is telling you the process steps. So if you read that, like for example, okay, I just pick at a few translations from the web, and first I like to thank the monk, the author who do this translation, okay, so that I use it today, and to think that, okay, now this is Heart Sutra, okay, this is Heart Sutra. Now, Heart Sutra said, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, while practicing deeply with the insight that bring us to the other soul. Practice insight, okay, deeply with the insight bring us to the other soul. Suddenly discover that all of the 5 skandhas are equally empty. Okay? And then he said this, listen, Sariputra, the body itself is emptiness, and emptiness itself is body. This body is not other than emptiness, and emptiness is not other than this body. The same is true of feelings, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. Okay? Please read it. Did it in any way right away jump into mind? It doesn't. It said what? Listen, Sariputra, this body itself is emptiness, and emptiness itself is the body. That's the first skandha. Okay? There's a 5 skandha or 5 grouping or 5 agitate. The first layer, the first skandha is the body or the form. And he said that, listen, Sariputra, this body itself is emptiness, and emptiness itself is this body. That means you have to untie the knot of the body, physical. So how to do it? In Surangama is the process. So, this is in the Surangama, okay? So I read for you. The sutra said, Ananda, consider the ordinary person. Ananda, consider the ordinary person who wants to untie a knot. If he can see where the knot is, how can he untie it? So the Buddha asked Ananda, if you want to untie a knot, if you do not know where is the knot, you cannot see it. How can you untie the knot? Well, being the Heart Sutra said the first is body is emptiness, emptiness is body. The first skandha is what? The body, the form. You need to untie that before you get to the mind and so forth. Okay? Now, in the Surangama Sutra, under the process, the meditation, the samadhi, entering to the samadhi process of Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, okay? You can freeze the screen and say that, okay? Now, up there, M2, he said he gradually unties the not cultivate and is certified. And here in the sutra, he said, initially I entered the flow to hearing and forgot objective states. And then it continues on until he said that since productions and extinctions were gone, still extinctions was revealed. So this is the famous untie of 6 knot, dissolve the 5 skandhas process steps in Zen Buddhism, which is, if you look at patriarch of Zen like Xu Yun, Zen patriarch Xu Yun, who have the transmissions of the Buddha's mind seal, he teach Surangama, okay? That is Surangama. So Surangama is the process steps of attaining, okay, the way how to attain the Prajnaparamita Heart Sutra, how to do it. And we know the first thing is the body, the formation. So you need to untie that thing. If you don't untie that thing, you get to whatever the skandha on top of it. Well, how do you do it? Well, I don't say it. Buddha say it. Okay? So here, again, you freeze the screen. Is the screen, you look at it. This is body. And then your consciousness is all will come later. Okay? Now, where is all this Buddhist teaching saying that you're going to pay attention to this nose streaks and then you scan your body, you want to have a more space with your brain or your mind? Buddha say this. Okay, so I don't give credit to anybody to call themselves any guru or anything. Hey man, you go with what the Buddha teach. If you want to call that Buddhist a meditation or mindfulness or whatever, okay, that means you have to unknot your body. You need to untie the body first. Okay? Now, let's get to Qigong. Qigong practice of China. It is known clearly. It is known clearly. The 4-layer models, which is I model right now, the 4-layer models. The physical body, the mind, the breathing, and the chi layer or the energy neural layer. You know, we want to put it into the scientific term so that we can know what the heck it is. So, dealing with the physical body is called external looseness. Dealing with the mind, when you be able to handle it, is called internal looseness. And then only then you get into the breathing. And then only after that, when your pulse of your breathing synchronize with your awareness, then you can handle directly on your energy neural state. That is how the process steps of Qigong practice. Okay? If you don't do that, you jump right away to the mind or your breathing. You're asking for trouble. Even if you don't get into trouble, that practice is unstable. We know it. Okay? We know it. In Qigong, it's like that. And for the mind, okay, I put the four function of the mind. Okay, this is mind model. Okay, you have the thinking, imaginations, attention, awareness. You need to know how to evoke them and what is the intensity if you want to play these games, okay, of handling the mind. Now, that is reality. Now, then you ask me, so how is to untie the physical body? Well, in the physical element chapter, I listed it out. There are 3 steps to untie the physical body. The first step is you need to aware of your physical body. Okay? The second step is you need to balance your weight in that physical body. Here. The third is you have to leave it alone there. You wait for the body to unwrap or untie itself. Okay? Make an example. We all sit in the chair. Your body weight is in your CG, which is in your butt and thigh area. So you want to be aware of that area. And then, after you're aware of that area, okay, the second step is you adjust your body so that the body in the butt and the thigh area is evenly spread out. So there is no certain point which is pressure. If you sit with that condition, okay, your body, due to it doesn't have a certain hot spot, it will slowly, gradually untie itself or loose up itself evenly. If you sit for long, you will feel lightweight. Well, that is the very beginning, okay, the very beginning of this body is not other than emptiness, and emptiness is not other than this body. And you sit there, after a while, your body gets so lightweight, you feel like that is like you have no body there. That is entering into the pre-samadhi state. In Chinese, called 味道地定. Like you don't have body, okay? But you must not think, you have to reach that state that the body, you have to go, this Rangama, you don't think. You say, oh, this is the first step, I need to do this. No, you don't think. You just have to let it go. Like I said just now, the first, aware of your butt and the thigh area. The second is you make sure the weight over there is evenly spread out so that nothing hinders you, nothing lets you up, and it doesn't make your body to be tense here and tense there. And then you leave it alone. You get that? You don't use your mind to think. You don't use to say, well, I have to breathe in, I have to breathe out, I have to imagine this. You don't. You don't do that. Why? Because you don't know your mind. You don't know how to use your mind. Remember the 5 skandhas? The first is you break what? The body skandhas or form skandhas. Okay? That's how it is. Now, if you don't break that form skandhas or neutralize the form, or balance your body to let it unwrap itself, untie itself, how are you going to use your mind? For example, if you have hot spot or the pressure spot in any of your butt, like usually people say, oh, sit comfortably. Well, there's a problem in that term called sit comfortably. Somebody will sit on one side, and is that comfortably? Well, for them it's comfortably, but actually they're tense. So comfortably, it doesn't mean anything. The scientific way is you want the weight to evenly distribute. And then, because it's evenly distribute your muscle, be able to untie, unwrap itself. That's the first step. If you don't do that, you cannot handle even the body consistently or irrepeatably. Not to mention your mind. Say people say sit in the Lotus Sutra, if Lotus posture. If your posture is not proper, it's one side pain like hell, how is going to have your mind relax? Or how are you going to use your mind when your body need to compensate itself in pain and your mind have to deal with it? Okay? It's just that. Now, let's get into more. Remember this chart, which I showed you guys before? So you have the calmness awareness chart. The calmness, I rate it at -1, -2, and then unit +1, +2, and then all is it come with the rated with the stress there. Like 0% stress, 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100% there. Okay, and then over here I even put say physical, and then massage and medicines, and then this is a mind, this is breathing, and then this is the energy neural. You know what is that? This is reality, okay? So this is the calmness, the x-axis, this is a y-axis, it is awareness, okay? And this is 1, 2, say -1, -2 unit, and this is, you can get into this, is 75% of stress if you use the Garmin HRV, okay? The stress level, say this is 100%, this is 0 here is a 50% of the stress, this is 25%, this is 0%, okay, or close to 0%, okay? Now, we know that when one is have a stress between the 0 and the 1 and 0%, okay, all the stress from from 50% to 25%, okay, meaning from 0 to 1 or -1 to 0 or -2 to 1, all of this belong to the physical, meaning you have to handle the physical, okay, your physical layer, okay, in my the 4-layer models, okay. So that is the physical layer. So if the person is in this range from 2 to 1, you need to handle the physical. From 1 to 2, you can start to handle your mind and your breathing at 2. And then you have to more than 2 in order to handle your energy neural. Now, if you want to use your mind meaning that you need to have a calmness around here between 1 and 2. And if we are here, how are you going to supposed to handle the mind? Okay? Not to mention if you from -1 to -2, the guy who have anxiety, the body is like earthquake, the heart is pumping, how the hell is that guy is going to go meditate? Even in the ancient Thai people don't do that. When people get into that state, they have to do walking, moving type of treatment or medicines. to calm down their body to the certain level before they can sit on meditations. And in today, anybody who get anxiety or anything, you say, well, pay attention to your mind, your breathing, your scanning your body. Are you sure? When people get into this -1 to -2, you better ask them to walk under the sun or sit down. If the heart is palpitations and everything, if they need medicine, you take medicine. They need massage, you need to take massage. If that guy have a high blood pressure, you better ask him to sit down to do massage or take the medicine and so forth. You don't say, oh, scan your head. Well, if you go scan your head, good. Try it. See whether the blood pressure go up. The Chinese has been knowing for those kind of things for at least hundreds or thousands of years. Okay? So this is the issue. That's why I generate this model, this awareness and calmness models. Nobody can bullshit about this thing. Okay? And so this is what I want to share with you today. Anybody want to bring this into the Harvard labs or Stanford labs or any labs, I am supporting that. I don't want 1 cent from it. You just pay for my traveling. If this is Stanford University or UC Berkeley, I just drive there. Okay, you don't even have to pay for my lunch, and you get your people there, and I show you how about this. You follow that 3 steps over here of the body handling, the awareness of the body, the balancing your weight, and you unwrap it. You just do that and see. You can measure their HRV, you can measure their brainwave, you can measure their breathing. See what happened after just 5 minutes. We don't talk more. 5 minutes. Okay? And you know where are they. Okay? You can choose somebody who is between 1 and 2 who have anxiety. See if that's true. It's better for them to walk, to massage in certain way. If they have high blood pressure, to do such thing. Now we want to go scientific. Okay? Because we are not selling snake oil. And with all these Buddhist scriptures, with the process and the Chinese Qigong process, yes, now it's clearly here. That's what I tell you tonight. Okay? So I want to leave this with you guys. Okay? Again, anybody want to get me into any lab, make my day, anytime, any place. Provided you publish what it is exactly to the entire world. Okay? To get this thing clear up. So this is for you today.